What's up, young champions of Africa? If you're ready to transform your life and become a success magnet, hit that subscribe button right now. Today, we're breaking down the exact blueprint that's helping young Africans just like you create extraordinary success. We're talking about rewriting the narrative, flipping the script, and showing the world what African youth is truly capable of. This isn't your average self-help seminar, folks. This is about unlocking the potential that's already within you and using it to build businesses, create jobs, and uplift your communities. So, buckle up, get ready to take some notes, and let's dive into the African Youth Blueprint for success. All right, future moguls, let's talk about mindset. First things first, we gotta ditch that outdated, poor African narrative. The world loves to tell a story about Africa, and it's usually one of poverty and struggle. But you know what? That story is tired, it's played out, and frankly, it's just not true. We're not defined by our past, my friends. Africa is a continent brimming with talent, innovation, and opportunity. We've got the youngest population in the world, a spirit of entrepreneurship that's off the charts, and resources that would make even the richest oil baron jealous. It's time to start seeing ourselves the way we truly are, a continent on the rise. So let's ditch the negativity, embrace our strengths, and start writing a new story for ourselves. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Trevor, that all sounds great, but what about the government? Shouldn't they be doing more to help us? Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Sometimes our governments can be about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. But here's the thing, we can't afford to sit around waiting for handouts or miracles. We've got to be the change we want to see. See those problems everyone keeps complaining about? Those are actually opportunities in disguise. Take that pothole-ridden road you use every day, for example. Problem, right? Wrong. That's a chance for someone to start a construction company, create jobs, and fix that road themselves. Speaking of turning challenges into triumphs, let me tell you about this incredible young woman I met in Kenya. Her name is Fatuma, and she grew up in an informal settlement with very limited access to electricity. Now, most people would see that as a major disadvantage, but not Fatuma. She saw it as an opportunity. She taught herself about solar energy, started building small solar panels, and eventually launched her own company providing affordable electricity to her community. Today, Fatuma is not only a successful entrepreneur, but she's also a shining example of the ingenuity and resilience of African youth. So remember, my friends, where others see problems, we see possibilities. All right, chapter 3. Let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? We've talked about mindset, now let's talk about skill set. In this rapidly changing world, having the right skills is like having the keys to the kingdom. And I'm not just talking about your traditional degrees and diplomas. though those are important too. I'm talking about those high demand skills that employers are practically begging for. Think digital marketing, software development, data analysis, the list goes on. These are the skills that are shaping the future. And the more we embrace them, the more we empower ourselves to compete on a global stage. Now, a big part of this whole skill development thing is digital literacy. Listen up, folks. In this day and age, not being digitally savvy is like living in a world without electricity. We live in a digital world, and to thrive in it, we need to be fluent in its language. That means knowing your way around a computer, being comfortable with social media, and having at least a basic understanding of things like coding and online marketing. The good news is there are tons of free resources available online to help you upskill. From Google Digital Skills for Africa to platforms like Coursera and Udemy, the opportunities to learn are literally at your fingertips. But hold on, before you go rushing off to learn how to code, let's not forget about the importance of good old-fashioned communication skills. You can be the most tech-savvy person in the room, but if you can't communicate your ideas effectively, you're going to have a hard time getting ahead. Being able to articulate your thoughts clearly, write persuasively, and listen attentively are skills that will serve you well in any field. So, don't neglect the power of words. Join a debate club, start a blog, practice your public speaking skills. Do whatever it takes to become a communication powerhouse. Alright, young hustlers of Africa, let's talk about networking. Now, I know what you're thinking. Trevor, networking? That sounds like something those fancy CEOs in suits do. But trust me on this one, fam. In Africa, it's not just what you know, it's who you know. Networking is about building genuine relationships, not just collecting business cards like Pokemon. It's about connecting with people who share your passion, who can offer guidance, and who might just have that crucial piece of information that takes your hustle to the next level. Think of it like this. You're building your own personal board of advisors, a team of mentors cheering you on and giving you the inside scoop. So put yourself out there, attend industry events, join online communities, and don't be afraid to strike up conversations. You never know who you might meet. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Trevor, where do I even start? I'm not trying to crash some high-powered executive meeting. Relax, my friend. There are tons of networking opportunities specifically for young Africans, both online and offline. We're talking about vibrant online communities, co-working spaces bursting with creativity, and industry events buzzing with fresh ideas. Look, there's a reason why Africa is known as the motherland. We're all about community, about uplifting one another. Platforms like Mest Africa, iHub Nairobi, and countless others are connecting young entrepreneurs and providing them with the resources and mentorship they need to thrive. So, do your research, find your tribe, and watch your network blossom like never before. Now, let's talk about mentorship. Finding a mentor is like finding a shortcut through the jungle. They've been there, done that, and got the t-shirt to prove it. They can help you navigate the challenges, avoid common pitfalls, and unlock your full potential. But remember, mentorship is a two-way street. Come prepared, ask thoughtful questions, and be ready to put in the work. Don't expect them to hand you success on a silver platter. They're there to guide you, not do the work for you. Look, mentorship is an investment, both for the mentor and the mentee. So, be respectful of their time, be eager to learn, and watch as their wisdom unlocks doors you didn't even know existed. Trust me, the right mentor can change your whole trajectory. Alright folks, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, money. Now, I know for some, the word finance sounds scarier than a lion on a skateboard. But listen up, because financial intelligence is crucial for any aspiring entrepreneur. It's not just about making money, it's about managing it wisely, making it work for you, and understanding that money is a tool to build a brighter future. Now, I'm not saying you need to be a Wall Street whiz kid, but understanding the basics of budgeting, saving, and investing can make all the difference. The first step to financial freedom is understanding where your money is going. And no, I'm not talking about that delicious plate of jollof rice you had for lunch. Track your income and expenses, create a budget that works for you, and start building healthy financial habits. And here's a little secret. Technology is your friend. There are tons of amazing apps and platforms designed specifically for Africans to manage their money, invest, and even access microloans. Platforms like Piggyvest, Corywise, and M-Pesa are revolutionizing the way we think about finance. So, ditch the outdated notion that financial planning is only for the wealthy. Empower yourself with knowledge, take control of your finances, and watch your money grow like never before. Now, let's talk about multiple income streams. Gone are the days of relying solely on one job, especially in today's economy. Creating multiple sources of income is like having a financial safety net. It's about diversifying your hustle and ensuring that if one stream dries up, you've got others to keep you afloat. Think about your skills and passions. Can you monetize your hobbies? Can you offer your services online? Can you create and sell your own products? The possibilities are endless. Remember, building wealth takes time and effort. Be patient, stay consistent, and watch as your financial intelligence opens up a world of opportunities. Right, let's talk branding. Now, before you start thinking about logos and fancy slogans, remember this: you are your own best asset. Your personal brand is all about showcasing your unique skills, experiences, and passions to the world. It's about building a strong online presence, sharing your journey authentically, and becoming known for something specific. In the digital age, your personal brand is your currency. It's what sets you apart from the crowd and attracts the right opportunities. Think of it like this: you're building your own online reputation brick by brick. Every post, Every interaction, every piece of content you share contributes to the overall picture. So make sure you're putting your best foot forward and showcasing the best version of yourself. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Trevor, my life is not that interesting. I haven't climbed Mount Kilimanjaro or invented the next big thing. But here's the thing. Your story is unique to you. Share your journey, your struggles, your triumphs, and your passions. People connect with authenticity. They want to see the real you, not some curated version of perfection. Platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn provide you with a global stage to share your story and connect with like-minded individuals. So, embrace your individuality, use your voice, and let your story shine. You never know who might be inspired by your journey. Now, when it comes to personal branding, it's essential to specialize. Don't try to be everything to everyone. Instead, focus on what you're truly passionate about and become an expert in that area. Are you a tech whiz kid, a fashion enthusiast, a culinary genius? Whatever your passion, own it, nurture it, and let it become your trademark. When you specialize, you become the go-to person in your field, the one people seek out for advice, collaborations, and opportunities. Remember, building a strong personal brand takes time and effort. Welcome back, entrepreneurs in the making. We're talking consistency and discipline, the Beyoncé and Jay-Z of the success game. You can't have one without the other, and they always deliver the hits. First up, building a solid morning routine. Look, I know what you're thinking. Trevor, I'm not a morning person. But trust me, even lions in the savannah have to wake up before they can hunt. It's about setting the tone for a productive day. Start small. Maybe it's 10 minutes of meditation, a quick workout, or just writing down your goals for the day, whatever it is, make it consistent. Because remember, we're not aiming for motivation, we're aiming for dedication. And hey, if you're struggling to drag yourself out of bed, just think of it this way. Every minute you waste hitting the snooze button is a minute your competition is using to get ahead. Next up, let's talk about setting non-negotiable goals. These are the big rocks in your life. The things that absolutely have to get done, no excuses. It's like that favorite pair of jeans you refuse to throw away. These goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, or as I like to call it, the SMART approach. Because honestly, who wants to be a dumb goal setter? Not us. Now I know what you're thinking. Trevor, life happens. What if things get in the way? And you're absolutely right. Life's full of curveballs, like that time I tried to make pop and it turned into concrete. But here's the thing. Non-negotiable goals aren't about being perfect. They're about being consistent. So even if you stumble one day, get back on track the next. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your empire. Last but not least, we need to talk about tracking your progress. It's like using GPS in a foreign city. It helps you stay on course and avoid getting lost in the hustle and bustle. Now, I know what you're thinking. Trevor, tracking is boring. And you're not wrong. It's not exactly the most glamorous part of the journey. But trust me, it's essential. Think of it like this. How do you know if your workout routine is working if you don't track your reps and sets? The same goes for your goals. By tracking your progress, you can see what's working, what's not, and make adjustments along the way. So whether you use a fancy app, a simple spreadsheet, or even just a good old-fashioned notebook, find a system that works for you and stick to it. Because remember, what gets measured gets managed, and what gets managed gets achieved. All right, future moguls, let's talk about innovation and creativity. The dynamic duo that can turn a simple idea into a game changer. It's like adding Shito to your food. A little bit goes a long way. Now, when I say innovation, I'm not talking about reinventing the wheel here. Sometimes the best solutions are the simplest ones, using what you have around you to solve local problems. Take, for instance, the issue of access to clean water in rural areas. It's a challenge that's been around for ages. But instead of waiting for someone else to fix it, young African innovators are taking matters into their own hands. They're designing low-cost water filtration systems using readily available materials like sand and charcoal. It's practical, it's affordable, and it's making a real difference in people's lives. That's what I call true innovation. But innovation isn't just about solving problems in your own backyard. It's also about thinking globally and seeing the bigger picture. It's like that time I tried to explain the concept of load shedding to an American friend. You have to broaden your perspective. We live in a connected world where ideas can spread like wildfire. What might seem like a local solution in Africa could have the potential to make waves on a global scale. Take mobile money, for example. It started as a way to transfer money easily in countries with limited banking infrastructure. But fast forward to today, and it's a multi-billion-dollar industry with companies like M-Pesa leading the charge. So don't be afraid to dream big, my friends. The world is your oyster, or should I say, your pot of jollof rice. The possibilities are endless. And speaking of global reach, let's not forget about the role of technology in all of this. It's like the Swiss Army knife of innovation. It can be used for pretty much anything. From developing mobile apps to creating online platforms, technology is giving young Africans the tools they need to turn their creative visions into reality. And the best part, you don't need to be a tech whiz to harness its power. There are tons of resources available online and offline to help you get started. So embrace the digital age, my friends. Use it to connect, collaborate, and create. Because in this day and age, technology isn't just an option. It's a necessity. Now, let's talk about something that every entrepreneur, no matter where they're from, has to deal with: failure. Yep, the dreaded F word. But before you start sweating, let me tell you this: failure is not the end of the road, it's just a detour. In Africa, we know a thing or two about resilience. We've been through a lot: colonialism, dictatorships, droughts, you name it. But through it all, we've learned to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and keep going. Think of it like making fufu. You pound and pound that cassava. It seems like it'll never come together, but you keep at it, and eventually, you've got yourself a delicious meal. The same goes for your entrepreneurial journey. You're going to face setbacks, you're going to make mistakes, but it's how you respond to those challenges that will determine your ultimate success. Now, bouncing back from failure takes a certain level of mental toughness. It's like that time I tried to eat pepper soup for the first time. My mouth was on fire, but I powered through it like a champ. Look, entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. It's gonna test you in ways you never thought possible. You're going to face rejection, self-doubt, and maybe even a few naysayers along the way. But here's the thing: you are stronger than you think. You have the resilience of your ancestors flowing through your veins. So when those tough times hit, tap into that inner strength. Remember your why, visualize your goals, and keep pushing forward. Because as Nelson Mandela once said, it is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. And finally, when it comes to resilience, it's all about staying focused on the long game. It's like a marathon, not a sprint. You can't expect to see results overnight. There will be times when you feel like giving up, when the doubts start creeping in, and the finish line seems a million miles away. But that's when you need to dig deep and remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place. Surround yourself with positive people. Seek out mentors who have been through it all, and celebrate your small victories along the way. Because every step forward, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. Remember, the road to success is paved with failures, detours, and unexpected obstacles. But it's the ones who persevere, who learn from their mistakes, and who never give up on their dreams that ultimately reach their destination. All right, future millionaires and future presidents, we've talked about mindset, skills, networks, all the ingredients for the success stew. But you know what's more important than ingredients? Actually cooking the damn thing. You can have all the recipes in the world, but if you don't fire up that stove, it's just words on paper, and nobody's impressed by a well-read cookbook, are they? No, they're impressed by the delicious aroma, the mouth-watering presentation, got carried away by the food analogy. The point is, it's time to stop dreaming about success and start chasing it down like it's a cheetah you're trying to outrun. Because guess what? In the jungle of life, if you're not running, you're lunch. First things first, ditch the permission slip. You don't need anyone to tell you when it's your time to shine. You don't need a fancy degree or a rich relative to validate your hustle, alright? You just need that fire in your belly, that hunger for more, and the willingness to work harder than that cousin of yours who brags about their non-existent job at their uncle's imaginary company. And speaking of work, let's talk about the magic of starting small. Look, I get it. We all want to be the next Dangote or the next Shimamanda Ngozi Adichie overnight. But even the tallest baobab tree started as a tiny seed, my friends. So, what are you passionate about? What problem are you burning to solve? Start there. Start small, start today, and watch how those small steps turn into giant leaps. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying be reckless. This isn't about jumping out of a plane without a parachute and hoping for the best. We're talking calculated risks, people. Think of it like this. You're playing a game of chess, not checkers. You strategize, you plan your moves, and you accept that sometimes you might lose a pawn or two. But losing a pawn is way better than sitting there, too scared to make a move, and letting your entire board get wiped clean, right? Exactly. So take that calculated risk, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. And most importantly, write down your goals. Because trust me, the universe loves a specific request. Want to start a business? Write it down. Want to learn a new skill? Write it down. Want to finally ask that special someone on a date? Write it down. Okay, maybe not that last one, but you get the point. We've covered a lot of ground, my friends. We've talked about everything from mindset shifts to action taking. And I hope you're feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to conquer the world. But before we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one final crucial thought. Ubuntu. You know, that beautiful African philosophy that reminds us that we are all connected, that our individual success is meaningless unless it contributes to the well-being of our communities. It's like that old saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And that's what I hope for all of you. That you achieve your wildest dreams, that you reach heights you never thought possible, but that you do it while lifting others as you rise. Share your knowledge, share your resources, mentor someone, support a local business, invest in your community, because when we all succeed, when we all thrive, that's when the true magic happens. Imagine an Africa where every young person has the opportunity to reach their full potential. Imagine an Africa where innovation and creativity are not just buzzwords, but a way of life. Imagine an Africa where poverty and inequality are distant memories, replaced by shared prosperity and boundless opportunity. That's the Africa I believe in. That's the Africa we can build together. So go out there, be the change you want to see, and remember, your success is our success. And that's not just a nice sentiment, it is good business. Because when we invest in each other, when we empower each other, we create a ripple effect of positive change that benefits everyone. So let's start that ripple today. Let's make Africa the land of opportunity, not just for ourselves, but for generations to come. Remember, the future is not something we wait for, it's something we create. And the power to create that future lies within each and every one of you. Go out there and make it happen. The world is waiting for your brilliance. Whoa, what a journey! If this message resonated with you, if you're fired up and ready to unlock your full potential, smash that like button. Let's show the world the power of African youth. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos packed with even more gems of wisdom and practical advice. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Let's spread the inspiration and build a movement of young African success stories. Drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway from this video. Let's connect, support each other, and create a community of driven, ambitious individuals. Oh, and before I forget, we've got a special gift for you. Check out the description below for a link to our free success blueprint. It's packed with actionable steps and resources to help you on your journey. Remember, the future of Africa lies in your hands. Let's make it